Welcome back to the channel, Soap Fanatics. Peacock TV Spoilers, we've been tracking this for weeks, and Friday's episode left our entire community completely speechless. Let's be real for a second. The latest cliffhangers are tearing our hearts out. We need to break down every single shocking moment. Let us start with the absolute tragedy unfolding at the Carver house. Abe Carver and Theo Carver presented Lexie Carver with a breathtaking new necklace. The gift was meant to be a beautiful family milestone, a symbol of enduring love. However, Lexie Carver was secretly using this sentimental moment to figure out a way to say a final, tearful goodbye. Lexie Carver knows the experimental serum is failing rapidly. But before Lexie Carver could even execute the grand plan to swap places with Kristen DiMera and disappear forever, Lexie Carver collapsed in absolute agony. Lexie Carver was rushed straight back to Salem University Hospital, leaving Abe Carver and Theo Carver in a state of absolute shock and devastation. I am honestly in tears over this. Can you believe it? The writers brought Lexie Carver back from the dead just to torture Abe Carver and Theo Carver all over again. This brings back so many memories of the classic DiMera scientific disasters from 5 to 10 years ago. Whenever Dr. Wilhelm Rolf plays God, innocent people like Lexie Carver pay the ultimate price. Abe Carver has already grieved Lexie Carver once. To make Abe Carver watch Lexie Carver die a second time is just cruel. The sheer terror in the eyes of Abe Carver when Lexie Carver hit the floor was palpable. Abe Carver has spent decades protecting the citizens of Salem, but Abe Carver is completely powerless to save Lexie Carver. Theo Carver is also going to be permanently traumatized. Theo Carver thought the necklace would be a symbol of hope for the future. Instead, Theo Carver had to watch Lexie Carver fall to the floor in pain. And we absolutely cannot ignore the massive ripple effect this has on Paulina Price. Paulina Price literally moved out of the home of Paulina Price so Abe Carver could spend these final days with Lexie Carver. When Abe Carver and Paulina Price shared that incredibly tense, heartbreaking moment in the town square, you could feel the raw agony radiating off Paulina Price. Paulina Price sacrificed everything for Abe Carver, and now Abe Carver is about to lose Lexie Carver anyway. The psychological toll on Paulina Price is immense. Paulina Price fought so hard to build a life with Abe Carver, and now Paulina Price is left standing in the town square, completely isolated and broken. Meanwhile, over at the DiMera mansion, a completely different type of chaos erupted. Kristen DiMera finally confronted E.J. DiMera about the sinister plot E.J. DiMera orchestrated to banish Kristen DiMera to the DiMera family's private island. But instead of denying the accusations, E.J. DiMera looked Kristen DiMera dead in the eye, confessed the entire revenge plot, and offered Kristen DiMera one final chilling toast. Immediately after that toast, E.J. DiMera unleashed absolute kidnapping chaos upon Kristen DiMera. Kristen DiMera originally planned to swap places with Lexie Carver so Kristen DiMera could escape the wrath of E.J. DiMera. But because Lexie Carver collapsed and went to the hospital, the master plan of Kristen DiMera completely imploded. Kristen DiMera is now entirely at the mercy of E.J. DiMera. Peacock TV Spoilers, we've been tracking this sibling rivalry for weeks, and it is time for the hot take section. I personally believe this is the greatest thing E.J. DiMera has ever done. Yes, I said it. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake for anyone to defend Kristen DiMera. I have a clear love-hate relationship here. I passionately love the ruthless energy of E.J. DiMera right now, and I ruthlessly criticize Kristen DiMera for constantly playing the victim. Let's look at the history. Kristen DiMera literally kidnapped Sarah Horton and dumped Sarah Horton on that exact same DiMera Island years ago. Kristen DiMera kept Sarah Horton away from Xander Kyriakis for months. Now, EJ DiMera is giving Kristen DiMera a taste of the toxic medicine of Kristen DiMera. Karma is coming for Kristen DiMera, and EJ DiMera is the perfect person to deliver that karma. EJ DiMera is fully channeling the dark, manipulative spirit of Stefano DiMera, and it is absolutely brilliant television. EJ DiMera is not just acting out of anger. EJ DiMera is acting out of a deep-seated need to protect Johnny DiMera and Sydney DiMera from the psychotic schemes of Kristen DiMera. Now, let us pivot to the international mystery that is making my head spin. Leo Stark is in full-blown panic mode. Leo Stark discovered massive clues pointing straight to Alemania. But here's the kicker. Leo Stark received a terrifying text message from none other than Dmitri von Leuschner. The message from Dmitri von Leuschner simply read, "What goes around comes around." Because of this sinister text, Leo Stark has every reason to believe Dmitri von Leuschner is holding Gwen Rizchek hostage. Leo Stark immediately ran to Chad DiMera with these Alemania clues. Chad DiMera then rushed the information straight to Rafe Hernandez. Now, Leo Stark and Rafe Hernandez are desperately trying to board a flight to Alemania to save Gwen Rizchek from Dmitri von Leuschner. Amazing. The historical callbacks here are absolutely legendary. Dmitri von Leuschner manipulating Leo Stark and Gwen Rizchek takes us right back to the twisted love triangle Dmitri von Leuschner, Leo Stark, and Gwen Rizchek shared. Dmitri von Leuschner married Gwen Rizchek while secretly sleeping with Leo Stark. The betrayal was monumental. Now, Dmitri von Leuschner is using Gwen Rizchek to punish Leo Stark. The psychological warfare Dmitri von Leuschner is waging against Leo Stark is top-tier villainy. Chad DiMera is also playing a crucial role by stepping up to help Rafe Hernandez. Chad DiMera knows exactly how dangerous Alemania can be. Chad DiMera understands the global reach of villains like Dmitri von Leuschner. And can we talk about the dynamic duo of Leo Stark and Rafe Hernandez? Rafe Hernandez is the ultimate straight-laced police commissioner, and Leo Stark is the biggest gossip in Salem. Rafe Hernandez teaming up with Leo Stark to fly across the world to Alemania is the buddy cop comedy we desperately need amidst all this dark DiMera drama. The contrast between the rigid morality of Rafe Hernandez and the chaotic energy of Leo Stark is going to provide incredible entertainment. Rafe Hernandez will have zero patience for the antics of Leo Stark, but Rafe Hernandez needs the insider knowledge of Leo Stark to navigate Alemania. Speaking of Leo Stark causing drama, Javi Hernandez and Gus are facing major relationship hurdles. Javi Hernandez sat down with Gus to discuss the future of the romantic relationship between Javi Hernandez and Gus. However, Gus is extremely annoyed by the constant lingering presence of Leo Stark in the life of Javi Hernandez. Gus made it very clear to Javi Hernandez that Leo Stark is a massive problem. The tension between Javi Hernandez and Gus is skyrocketing, and Leo Stark is entirely to blame for the friction between Javi Hernandez and Gus. So, what happens next? It is time for some predictive lore based on the internal logic of the show. Fans in the Peacock TV Spoilers community are connecting the dots, and the theories are wild. We know Kristen DiMera is being dragged to DiMera Island by EJ DiMera. We also know Gwen Rizchek is missing, likely in Alemania with Dmitri von Leuschner. But what if Dmitri von Leuschner and EJ DiMera are secretly working together? What if Gwen Rizchek and Kristen DiMera end up locked in the exact same underground cell on DiMera Island. The internal logic of the DiMera family always points to hidden alliances. If E.J. DiMera wants Kristen DiMera gone forever, and Dmitri von Leuschner wants Gwen Rizchek punished eternally, combining the resources of E.J. DiMera and Dmitri von Leuschner makes perfect sense. And you won't believe what happens next regarding the corporate fallout. We have to wonder how the collapse of Lexie Carver is going to impact the corporate world of DiMera Enterprises. E.J. DiMera is currently distracted by the kidnapping of Kristen DiMera, but E.J. DiMera still has to answer to the board. If Lexie Carver dies, Abe Carver might launch a full-scale legal war against E.J. DiMera and the experimental drugs of Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. Abe Carver has the political connections to destroy E.J. DiMera. And let us not forget about Paulina Price. If Paulina Price sees Abe Carver completely broken by the loss of Lexie Carver, Paulina Price might unleash the full fury of Paulina Price upon E.J. DiMera. Paulina Price is a fierce protector, and E.J. DiMera is the root cause of all the current misery facing Abe Carver and Paulina Price. The domino effect of the collapse of Lexie Carver is going to shake Salem to the core. What do you guys think about the ruthless actions of E.J. DiMera? Do you think Rafe Hernandez and Leo Stark will reach Alemania in time to save Gwen Rizchek, or is Dmitri von Leuschner setting a lethal trap? Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, because I want to hear from you. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to Peacock TV Spoilers for all the latest updates.